Oh, looks like we're live. I'm back, you wankers. Hang on just a second, peoples. Just dropped a little quick video about this bullshit right here. They using one of their old tricks again. I explained it in the video, so go take a look. I just thought it was kind of funny, so I went ahead and was quick about it, and now I can do this. I also got a follow-up video I got to do to one of my streams, or maybe a quick follow-up stream. I don't know if it'll be a video. I might do it in a stream form. But what we're here to discuss today is no dragon fuckery, no arguing with losers. Today we're here to talk about atheism, and in particular, it's the attack on atheism. I don't know what's going on in this world or in society, but atheists are getting attacked left and right. And to be honest with you guys, hang on a minute. Hang on just a second. Let me see something real quick. That shit is never gonna pass. They know that. That's stupid. This is why anytime Republicans take over, they always lose their power because they do crazy shit. This government shutdown shit is gonna backfire on them so bad. I don't care how much you hate Joe Biden. The government is about to shut down because of Republicans. Because they're shutting it down. So people are not going to get their paychecks, their social security checks, their welfare checks, their food stamps. People finna get a lot of shit taken away. And Republicans are going to be the ones to pay for it. Instead of doing a job of the people's business, they're trying to do everything for Donald Trump. Fucking stupid. Anyways, that ain't what I'm here to talk about today. Andrew Tate is a guy that used to be an atheist. Now apparently he's Muslim or whatever the fuck he is now. Trash and atheist. Candace Owens, though, this is the one that got me. I was listening to one of her podcasts and she said, atheists are selfish. The reason they don't believe in God is because all they care about is themselves. Really? You think that selfishness is why we don't believe? Oh. On numerous occasions, I have shown you guys why I don't believe in this stuff. And have you ever once heard me say it's because of some kind of self-love? Have you ever heard me say it's because I'm this selfish bastard that only cares about me? And I mean, come on. Is this the best you can do? I mean, really, is this the best you can do? Hold on a minute. Let me get something. I mean, because I'm about to show y'all why I don't believe, okay? I'm going to show y'all why I don't believe. I get so sick and tired of Christians trying to fucking tell me what I have a right to do. Okay, atheists don't go around telling Christians, hey, everything you believe is fucking bullshit, stop believing it. No, we just say, hey, do your thing, I'm gonna skip this dance. That's it. I haven't seen any atheists tell religious people to stop believing. I haven't. I've never heard an atheist tell a religious person of any religion that they need to stop what they're doing and become an atheist. But all the time we hear Christians tell atheists, you need to stop that and join us. It's like, wait a minute. If I'm going to hell, then you should be happy. It's going to be more room in heaven for you, right? So why the fuck do you give a shit what I'm doing? But no, they can't leave motherfuckers alone. So let me demonstrate for y'all why I don't believe in this bullshit.
Lift that key and sing it again.
Yeah. Y'all about to get it.
All to Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, whatever. Let's get to the bullshit.
I saw.
Look at these fucking idiots. You know how many millions of dollars this guy's made off of this horse shit? Do you understand? These people, they get on these stages and they tell you, you need to donate your money to the church. You need to donate to the homeless. You need to give to the needy. While he get to fly around in private jets and tailored $8,000 suits. Does that make sense to anybody? You know, the Bible talks about how rich men don't get into heaven. But it don't stop them all from getting rich, do it? You don't see none of these religious people giving their money away. Even when they die, they give the money to their fucking kids. They don't give it, like if you are a true Christian, and let's say you die a billionaire, wouldn't a real Christian that's about to die donate all those billions to the needy? No, they give it to their kids or to their spouse. They don't donate it to all those needy Christians out there. No, they keep it in the family.
They're still coming from the side. We'll wait just another minute.
Yeah, I know it's been a while since we've done any religious stuff, but I was saving it because of all the attacks on atheists lately. I just decided that I would do it today. I'm skipping to the good stuff. I don't really give a fuck about all this.
Because this world is a world of bondage. This world is a world of darkness. This world.
Praise him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let's get to the good stuff.
Now he injured his one more time.
3 years ago, he fell and injured his back.
Fell how?
He
My
fell at a
back
gas
hurts
station.
every day.
Gas
Should I
station
go
doing
here?
what? Pumping gas?
Suplex his
You
ass.
fell while pumping gas?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, there was a lady that was pumping gas and was pouring out of her car, and I had my kids in the truck, so I started freaking out, and no one was helping, so I ran over there, slipped, fell, and hurt my back, and
Get ready for the...
now I'm healed.
I'm his brother, and he was in massive pain, so I can testify of what happened.
Yeah.
It was
Of course
totally
you can
crushed.
testify. You're his brother.
And
Okay, Dennis, show me what the pain was.
the incision is right in this area.
Right here.
Oh, give me a
3 months
fucking
ago.
break. Well,
3 months ago, they put it in.
All right.
At least he's in the right position. He's bent over, ready to take it up the ass from religion. So I'll at least applaud him for getting that part right. Applaud this man. Come on, applaud this man. He's already in the proper position when you go to church. Yay! Let's get this dude some props.
Let's see how healed he is.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. This nigga just did the Mr. Miyagi. Y'all remember Karate Kid? I'm supposed to believe in this, right? I'm supposed to... Yeah, okay. All right.
Are you ready there,
Turn your life over to this, boys and girls.
Michael, right? Any pain?
This nigga is just assaulting people. Have y'all noticed every motherfucking time we watch this dude, all he doing is just putting hands on niggas. That's all this shit is. This dude done found an easy and free way to knock the shit out of people and get away with it.
No!
Any pain?
No pain, no pain, no pain.
Come on, people!
Okay, I can slap somebody on the back like that and they'd be like, that don't hurt at all. I've been slapped on the back like that before. I slap my woman on the ass every day harder than that, and she be like, whatever. I have actually fell off of a fucking ladder and hit my back. And within a couple of days, it wasn't hurting anymore. Because the human body does have this ability to heal. Now, sometimes it needs help from a doctor or medicine. But normally, the human body can heal itself from bumps and bruises. If this motherfucker slipped and fell at a gas station, he was healed up the next day. Slip and fall, really? You hurt your back?
Give the Lord a mighty hand. No pain. Whoa, thanks.
There he go. There he go. whack them. Every time y'all always pushing niggas on the ground. I told y'all. But listen, this ain't all I got for y'all today. This ain't all I got for y'all today. We gonna pause this for just a minute. Because I want to give y'all some of the other reasons. These are Bible verses that I'm about to read for y'all. The first one, deformed people cannot approach God. For whosoever man he be that hath a blemish, he shall not approach. A blind man or lame, or he that hath a flat nose, or anything superfluous, I guess, yeah, that's how you say it. Or a man that is broken-footed, or broken-handed, or crook-backed, or a dwarf, or hath a blemish in his eyes, or a scurvy or scabbard, or hath his stones broken, no man that hath a blemish, the blemish of the seed of Aaron, the priest shall come nigh to offer the offerings of the Lord by fire. He hath a blemish. He shall not come nigh to offer bread to his God. Let me translate what that means. That means that if you're deformed, crippled, retarded, something wrong with your body physically, then you can't approach God. That means you can't ask God for forgiveness, which means you go to hell. Make sense to anybody yet? Anybody vibing with this? You know anybody in your life that's crippled or deformed? Maybe a grandma or grandpa or somebody that's blind. Well, based on this, and this is Leviticus 21:18. This is Leviticus. This is from the Bible. So according to this, if you got any of that shit wrong with you, so if you're a midget, you can't get into heaven. Wow. That's so fucking awesome. Wait a minute. It's not. It's pretty fucked up is what it is. This is why Christians don't like reading certain chapters and verses of the Bible. Because it exposes what they are. It's a cult of crazy bastards. Hold on, we ain't done. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. Deuteronomy, one of the most disturbing books of the Bible. Deuteronomy 22:20, by the way. So let me tell y'all what that means. That means if a woman is not a virgin when she gets married, then the men of the city are supposed to take her, tie her ass to a pole, or stand her up against a wall, and throw big fucking rocks at her until she dies. You know that shit they do over there in the goddamn desert, in Butt-Fuckistan, or wherever the fuck it is. Yeah, that's the kind of shit. That's what happens when religion goes out of control. They over there stoning women to death. If a woman shows her face or wears too much makeup, they will stone her to death. If a woman's not a virgin, they will stone her to death. This is your Bible, Christians. I'm selfish because I don't want to believe this horse shit. That Do you know how many women would have to be killed if we followed the Bible strictly? Like let's say, for instance, we started being like the desert people, and we decided the way they follow the Quran, we're going to follow the Bible word for word. Do you know how? First of all, I wouldn't even be talking to y'all. I would be killed, because being an atheist back in those times was death. You were not allowed to not believe in God back then. Now, that's one of the precious freedoms that is offered to Americans, because there are still countries on this planet today that if you do not believe in God, you will be jailed and killed. And I'm not even playing. If you don't believe in some kind of deity. So, people need to understand. The stuff that I'm saying today is 100% defense for atheists. And why most atheists have just said to hell with this shit. I know why I did. Because I studied religion. I didn't just go to church and read a damn Bible. I studied religion. And I know what it is. And it's sad that a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't understand what religion actually is. It's a damn shame. They being duped into believing some fantasy shit for their money.
Come on, give the Lord a mighty shout of hallelujah.
Look at all them people in there. All those people are giving thousands of dollars to this man. You think this church built itself? This is bigger than a goddamn stadium. This is a church what they're at. This is a church or part of a church. We got a church that I seen it a couple days ago. It's so big. The cross that's in front of the damn church is so fucking tall. If it fell, it would literally block a whole intersection. Let's say if the wind blew it over. It would, if it fell and broke in the street, it would block traffic for days because of how big it is and how much stone they would have to pick up off the ground just to clear the road. It's crazy how big that thing is. These monuments that they build to this falsehood. Oh, he said that's why I stay in the good old US of A. Yeah, I've only been out of the country a couple times, and that was to Cuba, and I wasn't even supposed to go there, but that was during my days of illegal drug running. But when I lived in Miami, I've been to Cuba twice, and since then, seeing what happens in other countries, I'm not going anywhere. Shit, I'm scared to even go to Canada. Canada has laws now where if you misgender someone, let's say it's a guy pretending to be a girl, and you don't use their pronouns, you can be put in jail and you can be fined up to $20,000 for not using somebody's pronouns. This is fucking Canada. So even Canada ain't safe anymore. Yeah, fuck that. I'm staying in America.
Oh, yeah. You're a little drunk in the spirit.
This lady is from Kenya. She had a severe case of arthritis in her knees.
Oh my God, how many times you gonna knock a nigga down? Do y'all see this? He ain't even looking, he just used the almighty push. Benny here just used the almighty push, y'all. Y'all see that bullshit? This nigga here. Let me show y'all the real Benny. This is the real Benny. Benny got the pain powers, y'all. Holy shit, y'all. This is, man, people get mad at me because I don't want to believe this stuff. I can't believe it. Benny got them powers. I ain't gonna lie, man. Pain to this day is still the most badass Naruto character to me. Even though he lost on some humbug shit.
Last night she was healed. This morning it was sealed, and here we are. She got an overflow. He got the overflow of what her healing last night. Her name is Night.
Pick him up.
Yeah, pick him up so I can hit him with my almighty push again. Like, how much do they pay these idiots to lay on the ground? I cannot believe people participate in this. People actually these guys in the black suits, they participate in this. They know it's a fraud. No human on the face of the earth has the power to touch somebody and heal them. No one has this power. If someone could actually touch a person and heal them, then they would be a divine being. They would be an angel or a god. Period. And we know that's not true. So why are they going through the theatrics of this? Could be all that goddamn money.
Dennis, no, Michael, that's Michael. You're Dennis. Yes. Are you all right?
No, I'm dizzy from getting the shit slapped out of me.
Michael, are you all right? You're just a little drunk.
Man, get your man. Y'all seeing this? Am I the only one seeing this? I would give anything to interview this man. I would give anything to interview this guy. I ain't even bullshitting y'all. If I had a chance to interview this motherfucker, I would take it and run with it. You know, it's funny, Rumble, when I started my stream yesterday, Rumble put out my notification as soon as the stream started. This time, no notification. They need to get their act together for real. Almighty push. People. Almighty push. Come on, guys. I'm selfish because I don't want to do this. I just want to live my life, raise my kids, and try to be a productive member of society. I don't want a pat on the back for it. I don't want to be treated special. I just want to live my fucking life. So I have to be attacked day in and day out because I just want to live. I don't want to have to go around worrying about whether or not I believe in this guy or that guy. I just want to live. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are the same way. Even you guys that follow me that believe in God, you don't spend all day talking about God. You don't spend all day worrying about it. You're just trying to live your damn life. But atheists are under attack simply because we just want to live and we don't want to be bothered. The best thing about atheism is that it requires none of your time. That's the best feature about atheism. It requires none of your time. You can whistle past all the churches in your neighborhood and not have to go in there and give them your money. It doesn't mean that we hate religion. It doesn't mean that we hate religious people. It just means we have better things to do with our time and money. That's all. But apparently, that ain't good enough. No, you have to believe what we believe, or you're a selfish bastard who's going to hell. Alright, time for another verse. I'm mixing it up today. When men strive together one with another, and the wife of one draws near for to deliver her husband out of the hand of him that smiteth him, and putteth forth her hand, and taketh him by secrets, then thou shalt cut off her hand. Thine eye shall not pity her. Once again, Deuteronomy. For those of you who don't speak dumbassanese, let me explain what this is. If you get into a fight and a guy is kicking your ass and your woman jumps in to help you, you're supposed to cut her hand off basically for jumping into a man's business. Now, if your woman jumping in to save you from an ass whooping, you a bitch ass nigga anyway, and your woman should just leave you. But according to Deuteronomy, you gotta cut her hand off. And you're not supposed to show any pity when you do it. Somebody please explain to me how that makes sense. I'll wait. Tell me how I'm selfish for that shit. For not wanting to do that. I don't want to cut my woman's hand off. I like getting hand jobs. So why the fucking hell would I cut her hand off? Why would anybody? But according to Deuteronomy, anybody, any takers, Any Christians in the group want to call me out on this? I'll be glad to talk to anybody who's a believer. Tell me why this makes sense to you, but it don't make sense to any rational, normal thinking, sentient person. I'm sorry, but I like to guide myself with logic, facts, and reason. And I think that the Bible is unreasonable. I think the Quran is unreasonable. And I think that they shouldn't exist anymore. But that ain't the same thing as saying, hey, dumb Christians, stop fucking worshiping. Hell no, you worship as long as you fucking want to. I ain't never gonna tell you to stop. Enjoy that shit. I hope it works for you. It just don't work for me. What? No takers? Nobody want to call me to task over this one? Oh, here's a great one. Here's a good one. And this one is from Leviticus. If in spite of this you still do not listen to me, but continue to be hostile towards me, then in my anger, I will be hostile toward you, and I myself will punish you for the sins 7 times over. You will eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters as punishment. Still waiting on you Christians. Go ahead and try to tell me that means something else. Because it looks pretty explicit to me. Looks like they spelled it out exactly what God said. So that's the punishment for not listening to God. That he'll make you eat your children. And it's Leviticus 26:27 for those of you who want to look it up for yourself. No, it's 26:27 and it's the 30th verse. That's the kind of shit y'all say that atheists are supposed to believe in. We're supposed to stop being rational thinking sentient humans and give our life over to this is crazy. Oh, here's an even better one. Master Moses wrote unto us, if a man's brothers die and leave his wife behind him and leave no children, that his brother should take his wife and raise up seed upon his brother. Let me translate. If your brother is married without any children and he dies, it's your job as his brother to fuck his wife and make children as some type of honor to your brother. Please, somebody tell me if this makes sense. So, even though adultery is sin, here you have the Bible telling you to commit adultery. Because it says in the Bible, if you look upon a woman in lust, then you have committed adultery in your heart. But then the Bible turns around and literally tells you to commit adultery. And y'all still think it wasn't written by men. Y'all still believe it was written by God. So God is so dumb that he condemns adultery and then tell you to do it? Think about that for a minute. Adultery is a sin. It is a sin. But this is literally telling you to commit it. Told y'all this shit is crazy. Let's get back to our boy.
Give the Lord a mighty hand. She had neuropathy in her legs, and she couldn't walk because of a balance problem. She had to walk.
Not grandma. Come on, Benny. Not granny, man. Please don't knock this old ass lady down. Look at how old this woman is. Please don't do this to her. I'm begging you, man. Don't do this.
With this cane. She came in this wheelchair, this
Oh,
motorized
you got
wheelchair.
more wheelchairs down there.
Yes.
Keep talking to me.
She had neuropathy. She couldn't feel her legs, and she would lose her balance, so she had to have the cane to walk. And tonight she came.
Guys, you do know that they have surgeries to fix that, right? Neuropathy, sciatica, all these different ailments that cause you to lose feeling in your legs. They can fix that with surgery. Like, I have sciatica, and they can fix that with back surgery. What sciatica is the disc in your spine has become irritated, and the little squishy stuff in between your vertebrae, that stuff starts to leak out, and it starts to touch the nerves in your back. And those nerves are so sensitive that when something just barely touches it, it sends that sensation, feels like electricity going down to your feet. And they can fix that by correcting the spinal cord. Now, I went to a place that do decompression. They put you on this machine and it stretches out your spine so that disc can heal. And once it heals, the sciatica pain stops. Yeah. I mean, I explained it the best I can. But they want you to believe there's no such thing as science and medicine. They want you to believe all this shit is being fixed by this guy touching people or knocking them down. I'm sorry. If you want to believe it, go ahead. If you believe that a human being can touch people and heal them, good job. I just got enough sense to know it's dumb.
Walking out of her wheelchair with no cane.
Let me see you. Come on. Come on, people.
I wonder how much they pay her. Like, her Social Security check didn't come in this week, so they just tossed her some cash.
Give her a big God bless you.
Look, I'm going to try to audition to be on here. I ain't going to lie. Look, if they paying people, I'm going to go on there and be like, man, I'm retarded. And he touched me and now I'm not. I'll do whatever. Fuck it. Because I want Christians to understand something. And I know y'all probably ain't going to believe me when I say this. This guy is truly making fun of y'all. He is making money and he's making fun of y'all when he does this kind of shit. He is rolling in y'all face and he's rolling in y'all money. This is fucked up. Like, even I don't roast Christians as hard as he doing.
That is glorious. That is glorious. Pardon?
Yes, or I'd fall over. If I turned around in any direction, or if I leaned, I'd fall over.
Well, it could be that you're the size of a baby elephant. That might have a lot to do with your balance being off. Please don't knock her down, because I don't want to see your guys have to pick this big ass woman up. Brock Lesnar couldn't lift this chick up off the floor. Can we please not do this, Benny? I'm begging you.
It was like I was a...
If y'all see the guys in the suits walk up, then she finna get knocked down. And it's just fucked up, man.
big medicine ball with toothpick legs.
She said it, I didn't.
So now I can bend over and turn around.
Yeah, you can bend over.
I love to
Yeah, you can bend over. Everybody in there is bending over for the church.
turn around.
You notice how they all say I can bend over? Yes, we know. You're in there. Guys, yeah, hit the like button when you come in the room, please. Appreciate it. And think about using the subscribe button, or think about hitting the donate tab too. Y'all been getting a whole lot of content, and I ain't been getting that much appreciation out of y'all. So if you don't mind, somebody slap a couple of them donation buttons. Hook a brother up like a tow truck. Oh my God, he did it. Oh my God, he did it, y'all. I think even he was shocked by how hard she fell. Did y'all see? Oh, I cannot believe he did this. I'm sorry, that's an old ass lady, man. You probably broke this lady hip. She wasn't ready for it. She She wasn't ready for it, y'all. She wasn't ready. Holy shit, I bet she broke her goddamn hip. People that big getting knocked down like this, come on, Benny. That's dead ass wrong with you, man. You notice they not putting the camera back on her while they pick her ass up, right? Look at this! Almighty push. I told y'all this nigga a Naruto character, man. Alright, come on. More chapters and verses time. Y'all getting a double dose. For everyone that curses his father or his mother shall be put to death. He hath cursed his father or mother, his blood shall be upon him. Leviticus 29. So that means if your children talk back, they should be murdered. So if your kid says, fuck you, mom, you should go in there and kill him. Yeah, I'm selfish because I don't want to murder my kids. I'm reading these Bible verses to y'all because I want y'all to understand. I am not an atheist because I'm selfish. I'm not an atheist because I just only care about myself. Actually, an atheist cares more about his family than a Christian. Because if you truly care about your family, then you wouldn't subject them to life-altering, life-destroying nonsense. That's a fact. The Bible is laced with life-destroying bullshit in it. Everybody knows it, but you got people like Benny here knocking old ladies down. That's where we at with the money making in religion. Let's push old ladies to the floor. Listen to this one. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household. I will explain in a minute. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son and daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Matthew 10:35. Let me translate. This means if you love your children more than God, then you're not worthy of God. If you love your parents more than God, then you're not worthy of God. Which means you go where? You guessed it. He said, look, NBA, let me just say this. You never see a war started over atheism. Exactly. Because atheists have better things to do with their time. And people like to try to say that people like Hitler and Stalin were atheists. It's not true. There's empirical, documented proof that Hitler was very religious. Okay, very religious. Same thing with Stalin. It's just, throughout history, they can't find things to accuse atheists of. So they try to take the worst people that ever lived and claim they were atheists, and they wasn't. Okay? The church had an actual holiday for Hitler's birthday. They used to celebrate Hitler's birthday. Okay? So the idea that he was an atheist, come on, man. Atheists ain't doing fucking crazy shit. It's religious people that are. Atheists in today's time, we're not even going around hating other people. They hate us. That's the thing. They hate us because we don't want to join whatever the hell it is they're doing. I don't go around bothering people throughout my day. When I'm out, I keep my mouth shut. I get my task that I'm trying to get done. and I go home. I don't bother people. But I have motherfuckers knocking on my door all the time telling me, oh, do you know where you're going to go when you die? Yeah, in the fucking ground. That's where I'm going to go when I die, in the fucking ground. Or in a goddamn incinerator so people can look at my ashes later. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? I'm trying to live my life right now. I'm not worried about some afterlife that may or may not exist. But these people are relentless. They'll knock on your door. They'll come to your hospital bed when you're sick. The shit has a social license. Imagine if atheists went to hospitals and sat down at a dying person's bed and did this. Hey, I know you've been Catholic your whole life and you know it's all bullshit. And before you die, you got one chance to renounce this shit and become an atheist. Imagine if atheists did that. You would be like, man, that's disgusting. How could anybody do that? But at the same time, y'all don't mind it when Christians come to a dying person's bed and say, hey, you know all that stuff you've been doing? It's time to repent before you go. It's time to repent. It's time to do this and this before you die. Y'all don't have a fucking problem with Christians doing that shit. But if an atheist did it on the flip side, y'all would be mad as hell. It's one-sided bullshit. First things first, an atheist would never go to a sick, dying person and tell them to relinquish their religion or to denounce their religion. No atheist would do that because it's disgusting. One of the number one tenets of being an atheist is being a humanist. Okay? It's a fact. Most atheists are humanists. We understand that it's us, human beings living on Earth. It ain't some asshole in the sky doing all this shit down here. You think that motherfucker up there floating in the clouds built this website? You think he built this computer that I'm streaming on? No, humans did this. Humans continue to do this. And we need to stop playing this fucking game like some magical being guided your hand to do this. And fuck all of that. I understand that humans are responsible. We're the ones here. We can't blame animals. We can't blame birds and lizards and bugs. It's us. That's it, guys. That's all that's here. It's us. There's no supernatural whatever's going on. And if you believe they are, I think maybe you probably stop taking your medication. Because there aren't no such thing as miracles and supernatural occurrences. They just don't exist. It's funny that they existed during a time when we couldn't record, but now that there's video, I mean, everybody has a phone now. If you saw an angel, it would be live streamed instantly. If you saw a statue of the Virgin Mary crying, instantly it would be fucking filmed. It would be live streamed right from your phone because everybody got a phone now. Wonder how come we ain't seen no motherfucking statues bleeding. Wonder why we ain't seen no angels in the sky looking down at us. Why ain't we seen any of this shit since the advent of video cameras? Oh, yeah, because it's easy to spread miracles when people can't record them. It's easy to spread miracles through faith, but you can't spread them through science and technology. You want to know what a miracle is? This is a miracle. This right here, the miracle of science. This is a miracle. That human beings could put a computer in something this small that can do everything a big computer can do. This is a fucking miracle. Not this religious noise that y'all hear. Not this fake preacher touching people and healing they already healed up problems. You want to follow a guy pushing old ladies on the ground? You want to follow this? I'm called selfish because I don't want to follow this.
What's happening to you, lady?
It's just funny now for some.
It's funny because it's a goddamn joke.
It's what?
It's funny. It's funny. I can't believe it. I don't know.
Funny.
I don't know what's funny, but it's funny.
That's-
She laughing because this is the first time she done been touched by men in 30 years. She's probably like, oh my God, these two young men are touching me. She probably just had her first orgasm since 1950, just from being on stage with niggas. So, yeah, that's probably why it's funny. It's funny to me because this is the kind of shit that crazy fuckers believe in. If somebody believes in the Tooth Fairy or Santa Claus or any of this other shit, we roast the shit out of them. But you're allowed to believe in this guy who never shows himself, never speaks to anyone. And let me ask Christians this. Do you truly believe that a God would spend all his time worried about you? Think about it. I want all of y'all to think right now, if you were a being that could never die and had unlimited power and could create anything they wanted, would you honestly be spending all your time on one planet, in one solar system, in one galaxy, inside of massive infinite universe? Do you understand that our galaxy is tiny and nothing compared to the whole of the universe? Look, don't be coming in my shit posting this bullshit. You don't get free advertising in my chat, fuckface. If you got something to say, say it. But you don't get to advertise no fucking religious noise in here, you dumb bastard. Now back to my point. You really honestly believe that this tiny little backwater solar system is the only thing that God's paying attention to? If he's real. If you're truly infinite and can never die, why would you be wasting your time on just this one little thing? This one little speck of a planet? Do you guys understand? Do you understand? There are things in our universe, in our very own galaxy, that make the Earth look like the size of a grain of sand. There is a black hole at the center of our galaxy called Sagittarius A. It literally makes the Earth look like a grain of sand. It's so big, it could swallow our entire solar system without even stopping. And the sun too. It could eat all of it and keep moving if it wanted to. We're lucky it doesn't move. It's one of the few static black holes in the galaxy that doesn't move. But imagine if this black hole decided to move. Let's say if it decided to roam through space like some black holes do. If a black hole passed through our galaxy, it would destroy us, because the gravity would push Earth so far away from the sun that we would freeze to death, or it would push us too close to the sun and we would burn to death. Do y'all understand that this planet, everything on it is minuscule and nothing compared to the greater universe? And you think an infinite cosmic being actually gives a shit about this backwater speck of a planet, considering how big the whole universe is? And you say that atheists are selfish. No. I think Christians are selfish and egotistical. What kind of ego does it take to believe that an almighty celestial deity is looking out for you? Think about it. What kind of ego do you have to be confident in the belief that this celestial being is looking out for your well-being? We're just saying if he's real. Imagine being able to say, yeah, God got my back, homie. You are an ant crawling out of an anthill to something that powerful. That level of power can't even be imagined by us. A creature of unlimited power that can't die. There's no way a human could even fathom that thought. A being that can just wave his hand and create galaxies and universes. And you think that that being is spending his time protecting you. If I was a God of unimaginable power, not only would I show myself, but I would come down and I would be very cruel. I would turn y'all into an anthill. And I would have a gigantic magnifying glass and I would burn y'all like ants. Because guess what? That's what most gods do. They treat their creations like shit. Part of the reason why people believed in the Greek gods, because the Greek gods were cruel. The Greek gods did horrible things to the mortals that they created. They didn't love and care about them. They routinely did horrible shit to them. Because that's how a god would actually operate if they existed. A benevolent creature with unlimited power would never spend his time loving you. Especially a creature that never runs out of time. Think about it. If you woke up tomorrow and found out that you could never die, how much shit would you stop caring about? Just think about it. I want you to understand this. If you couldn't die, let's say you're a Highlander, except the head chopping part. After about 300-400 years, how much stuff would you actually give a shit about? Nothing. You would run out of shit to do. You would run out of a reason to care. So imagine a being that's billions and trillions of years old that can't die. You really think he's interested in you? I've heard Christians say God created us because he was lonely. Oh, he did, huh? Well, if he was so lonely, why did he create us and just leave us here? Don't you think he'd be walking around spending time with us if he was that lonely? Why did he create angels? They were here before us, according to the Bible. So he couldn't have been that fucking lonely. Christians just take shit on faith. They don't care about actual evidence. They only care about, do you believe? Belief is not enough. Evidence is required. It has to be. Or you end up looking like these jack-offs.
It's called holy laughter, lady. And here, your friend. You take it with her too, my dear. Come on, give the Lord a mighty hand.
Yeah. The climate on this planet has shifted to the point where it's not going to last much longer. Do y'all got, let me explain something to y'all. Do you understand that we don't really have winter anymore in the South? Do y'all understand in January it was 77 degrees in Tennessee? We don't have wintertime anymore because our climate is shifted. And I'm not one of these climate change weirdos that want to save the trees and whales. But I've studied enough science to know what a climate shift is. Now, it could shift back. The climate shifts over thousands of years. So it could shift back and we could start freezing again. But if this God is so almighty and powerful, why couldn't you create a stable planet? Earth is unstable. Why couldn't you create a stable planet with the proper amount of resources for all the creatures that are on it? It's just like when I ask people, when they say, God is perfect, he never makes a mistake. I say, well, how did we get dwarves and retarded people? And people born with 3 toes or shit like that. Where do they come from? The word deformity shouldn't even exist if God is perfect and never makes mistakes. Yeah, he's so perfect that he had to wipe the planet out and start over because humans were so evil. Humans that he created, by the way. Think about that. God's perfect. He don't fuck up nothing. First, he wiped out the dinosaurs. Because whether Christians like it or not, there is absolute statistical proof that dinosaurs existed before we were here. Gigantic lizards walked around on this planet before humans. So I don't care what your Bible tells you. Science has proven this beyond a shadow of a doubt. He had to wipe the plate clean first. So he sent a big ass fucking rock that crashed into this planet. And it sent so much dirt and debris into the atmosphere that it blocked out the sun. That caused an ice age. So everything that didn't die from the impact of the meteor or the asteroid was killed off in the winter. And then when all the debris started to clear and the sun started shining again, bacteria started to develop. And that's where life came from. You telling me that God started out with giant lizards? And he's like, hey, you know, these big ass lizards ain't that much fun. Let me make something else. Never mind the fact that we are directly linked with monkeys. We found direct links to Homo erectus, the first creature to stand up on two legs and start walking. And that is directly connected to chimpanzees and other monkeys. Now, none of that science matters. Even though we literally share like 98% of the same DNA as those creatures. Nope. Don't matter. God made us and God made them and God made them over there. Do you know that we share DNA with trees and grass and crabs? We share DNA with the very crust of the earth. Everything on this planet shares DNA. Everything. At some point, you think that humans will become more advanced and start to figure out that this stuff is crazy. But hey, some things are meant to last forever. And I think religion is one of those things. We already would have been out in space. We already would have been exploring the stars if it wasn't for this. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I dream about what the planet would be like. What we would be doing if there was no religion. And I promise you, I don't even think we would still be on Earth anymore. I think humans would have colonized other planets by now. I think we would have massive starships and all that shit you see in the sci-fi movies if we didn't bog ourselves down with this retarded Bronze Age shit. I really do. I think if we opened our minds to unlimited knowledge and unlimited intelligence and got the hell away from this stuff right here, humans would be incredible. But we're never going to get there because of this fucking bullshit.
That is so glorious. Lady.
She laughing because she saw the check that they gave her for this stupid shit, and it was so big she couldn't do nothing but laugh.
That's what you call holy laughter. She got
holy laughter. I gotta tell y'all, I think that's the first time I ever heard that. Holy laughter. Okay.
She got healed of depression. She got healed of depression. That's why she's laughing.
That's not what happens when you're healed of depression. Oh, and by the way, you can't be healed of depression. Depression is something that comes and goes. It can be treated with medication, but it can't be healed. Okay, that's all I can say is okay. Anybody that's ever been depressed know what I'm talking about. It's not something that you can heal. It comes and it goes.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
This is fucked up, man. He is literally making fun of y'all, all you believers out there.
About 10 years.
10 years. 10 years separation.
Now I got holy laughter. You know, I'm just waiting on somebody to fall the wrong way and hit their head on one of these corners or this sharp ass glass podium right here. I'm just waiting on that shit to happen. When somebody, they fall the wrong way and crack their goddamn head open. I wonder if they'll be laughing then.
Pick her up, guys. Dear Jesus.
This shit remind me of watching an episode of WCW. Well, you remember when the NWO would come out and kick somebody's ass, and then Hulk Hogan would be like, "Get him up! Get his ass up!" And they'll pick him up, and Hulk Hogan will knock him back down again. That's what I'm looking at here. The only thing we missing is the big boot to the face and the big Hogan leg drop. That's all we missing.
Pardon?
I said I could just turn around and around.
Oh my goodness, we back to Fatso again.
You can turn around and around and she's laughing.
Just throw their asses off of the stage.
What? She could not turn around full circle. She'd get dizzy.
Listen, if not wanting to do this makes me selfish, then I'm kind of gonna have to stick with being selfish. I'm gonna have to stick with being selfish. Back to the Bible verses. Oh, this is a great one. He that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Deuteronomy 23:1. So basically, if your dick is missing or your balls are cut off, you can't go to church. What if you were in Afghanistan and you got your shit blown off fighting in a war? So you're not allowed in church now? Based on the book of Deuteronomy? That kind of doesn't make any sense. Here's an even better one. And if any man will sue thee at the law and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. Y'all want to know what that means? That means if somebody steals something from you, you're supposed to just give them the rest. That's just like if let's say you order a number 3 from McDonald's and I walk up and steal your hamburger. According to this, you're supposed to just give me the fries and the drink too. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to walk up and take somebody food, and then I'm going to quote this. It's Matthew 5:40. I'm going to quote this. I'm going to say, according to this, I can have this, and you're supposed to give me the rest. All right, let's see. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy cheek, turn to him the other also. Now, I'm sure y'all have heard about this turn the other cheek shit. Where if somebody slapped the shit out of you, you turn and let them slap the other side. Yeah. That's what turn the other cheek means, for those of you who don't know. That's 100% what it means. Oh, by the way, Kill donated $10. Appreciate it, brother. I forgot to call that out. Yeah, that's what turn the other cheek means. A lot of people don't understand that. Now, I'm sure people will say, well, what it really means is just ignore it if somebody said, no. It explicitly talking about somebody putting their hands on you. This ain't talking about ignoring somebody or letting something go over your head. This is about somebody putting their hands on you. Hold up. Here you go. Now, you guys remember earlier where I read the chapter and verse about how if your brother dies, you're supposed to make children with his wife, commit adultery? Well, listen to this. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Matthew 5:28. Now, how does the Bible contradict itself if it's written by a celestial benevolent being that knows all and sees all. How did God make this mistake? How did in one verse he tell us to commit adultery, but in another he tell us it's a sin? This is the kind of shit that Christians don't like. They don't like when people point this crap out. There's so many things in the Bible that are 100% easily provable man-made crap. But they give all the credit to God so they can get away with it. Like the book of Deuteronomy literally tells people to kill their neighbor for working on Sunday. Or kill your neighbor and take his wife as your own. You know, more adultery. Now, but as long as it's sanctioned by the church, and as long as it's in the name of the Lord, it's okay. Oh yeah. Divorcing and getting remarried is also adultery. Whosoever putteth away his wife and marrieth another committeth adultery. And whosoever marries her that it is put away from her husband cometh adultery. That's some crazy writing. This shit is nuts, y'all. This is nuts. He said, who wrote this is giving me a migraine. The Bible was written by upwards of 30 or 40 different people. That's why the Bibles are separated. That's why the Bible's separated in the books, the different books of the Bible. Because each book of the Bible was written by a different person, apparently. And then inside of those books, there are whole chapters and whole sections that were written by various different people. But ultimately, if you leave it up to Christians, they'll tell you it was all divinely inspired by God. These men heard a voice, and this voice told them, pull out a piece of parchment and start writing the shit that I tell you. John the Baptist, was in a cave listening to God, and God told him everything. Like the book of Revelations, all of that was recited to John. He wrote all of that because apparently God took him forward in time, showed him the end of all things, and then brought him back and told him to write about it. Think about it. God took him all the way to the end of everything, the end of it all, and said, remember these things. And now let's go back to where you was. And now I want you to write all this shit down. That's 100% what's in the Bible. So you took this guy all the way to the future to scare the shit out of him and then send him back to write about it. He said if the Bible was shown, then that shit would be insane. Yeah, it would. Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find something real quick.
The Revelation of St. John the Divine, Chapter 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ, and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. John to the 7 churches which are in Asia. Grace be unto you, and peace from him which is, and which was, and which is to come, and from the 7 spirits which are before his throne, and from Jesus Christ, who is the faithful witness, and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us, and washed us from our sins in his own blood, and hath made us kings and priests unto God and his Father, to him be glory and dominion for ever and ever. Amen. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty.
Wait a minute, I thought Yuha Bach was the Almighty. I've been watching Bleach, and I could have swore he was the Almighty. I mean, that's his srift. He's A for Almighty. So when did this guy take over?
I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ.
You know, it's funny. God took this man all the way to the end of time. And you notice he didn't write about airplanes or spaceships or cures for diseases that existed back in those times. Think about it. He didn't get any stock advice. He could have been a trillionaire. Nothing. He didn't write about any of the shit that he saw. The army tanks, the bombers, all the shit that he could have seen through. He didn't write about none of that. He wrote gibberish, horse shit. If I suddenly woke up and I was traveling through time and I was sent all the way to the end, like I was floating in space and I got literally to see the end of the earth, and then I was sent all the way back, I would be writing in full detail what I saw. I wouldn't be writing it in this holy script bullshit. I would be writing, man, I seen this nigga get blowed the fuck up. I saw the planet crack in two. The moon was gone. Like, I would be writing exactly what I saw. That's why this shit don't make sense to me.
I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last. And what thou seest, write in a book, and send it unto the 7 churches which are in Asia, unto Ephesus, and unto Smyrna, and unto Pergamos, and unto Thyatira, and unto Sardis, and unto Philadelphia, and unto Laodicea. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. And his voice as the sound of many waters. And he had in his right hand 7 stars, and out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword. And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength. And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead. And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last.
Anybody else got a headache? He said, "This is the part where we all grab pillows and a blanket and take a nap." Yeah, this is bullshit. But listen, the only reason that I'm playing this is because I want y'all to understand. This is how. Look, I know all of this. Okay, I've read this shit a lot of times. I've studied the Bible back to front. What you're hearing here is how the Book of Revelation was recorded. This guy, John, heard this voice that told him to write all this stuff. That's what this is. And that's why I was playing it, because I just wanted y'all to understand what's going on. Out of everything he could have wrote about what he saw, this is what he chose to write.
I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore. Amen. And have the keys of hell and of death. Write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter. The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand, and the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 churches, and the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 churches. Revelation chapter 2. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, These things saith he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Why would you write it like this? All right, let's say, for instance, an angel walked in this room right now and said, hey, look, we want you to stop being an atheist and spread the word that we finna blow the planet up. Why would I talk like this? Why would I be like, thou has to doeth on such... Why would I do that when I could just say, hey, look, this motherfucker with wings and a bunch of sunlight all over his ass came in here and said they finna blow the planet up and that we need to stop bullshitting around. I mean, people either believe me or they don't. You want to know how God can put all this speculation to rest? He can open up the clouds and send down his army of angels. He can send down the heavenly host, as they're called. Look, if the clouds open up and I see a bunch of niggas with wings coming down, I'm going to be the first one on my knees praying. Because that's proof. Okay, this nigga real. That's proof. Other than that, what am I supposed to do? Have faith that it's going to happen? Believe it's going to happen? Oh, by the way, why would anybody truly want anything to do with angels? Listen, instead of reading the Bible, you guys should actually read stories about the angels. Some of the things that angels were doing to humans, why would anybody even dare say a guardian angel? All of the angels, all of them, not just Lucifer, they all hated humans. Lucifer, or Satan, was the only one that had enough guts to try to do something about it. The rest of them were too afraid of God's wrath to step out of line. But based on everything I've read, they hated us. They did not like humans. There are huge stories about angels coming down and raping human women and creating creatures known as Nephilims. Half human, half angels. They were also part of the reason why God supposedly wiped out the planet, because Nephilims were dangerous. They were also called giants. I know y'all heard of a giant. Well, Nephilims were giants, basically. They had super strength, super everything, not to mention most of them were 8 to 10 feet tall. This is the kind of stuff that if we had evidence of, I think there would be a lot less atheists. But there's no proof of this stuff. It makes for a great story. I'm not going to sit up here and say, look, if you want to read an awesome story, read the Bible. That shit'll keep you up all night. It's suspenseful. It's got drama, murder, rape, debauchery. It's got everything in it. It's loaded. But if you want to walk around telling everybody it's 100% true and you know it, you kind of have to have evidence. You can't just say, yeah, this is true. God said it is real. Fuck everybody. That don't work. You got to be able to explain. You know, we need some facts and figures, some calculations. They got us out here reading Shakespeare. Look, I just, look, man, I'm not telling people to stop believing. I know some of y'all watching me right now still believe in God. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But are you going to let that interfere with you living your life? Are you going to let your belief in God stop you from just living a normal human life? You only get one try at it, guys. You get one shot, and then that's it. Are you going to make the best of it, or are you going to sit around worshiping at somebody's altar for the rest of your life? I'm just being real about it. I want to live my life. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm not worrying about that. I'm worrying about paying my bills, take care of my kids. All these other people, they're trying to think thousands of years into the future of what's going to happen. None of us know, because none of us are going to be here. Everybody that's in this chat, everybody that's watching me, including me, all of us will be gone in 100 years. All of us. The youngest person in this chat will be gone, will be dust in 100 years. Okay? So I don't even try to think that far ahead. I'm almost 50, so I don't even have as much time as y'all do. I don't sit back trying to figure out what's going to happen in the year 3000. Even my dust will be dust by then. I don't worry about that stuff. And if you want to worry about it or spend all night concerning yourself with it, go ahead. Ultimately, what this stream was about was me explaining why I'm an atheist and why I don't think it makes you a selfish person to be an atheist. Even though that's the bullshit that's being put out there. That that atheists are selfish and only care about ourselves. I don't think that's what it is. I just think we all see some bullshit and don't want nothing to do with it. That's what I think it is. Now, yes, there are atheists that are using this, as a profitability kind of thing, making money off of it. I don't make anything off of being an atheist. It's just my simple choice. I don't want to be bothered with this stuff. I don't want to go to church Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't want to give 10% of my earnings to the church. I don't want to do that stuff. And I don't want to go around reciting the words and psychobabble of people who lived 5,000 years ago. You guys have to understand, that was a culture, a Bronze Age culture back then. Listen, the dumbest child today has more knowledge and intelligence than those people living back in those times. Do y'all understand that when somebody caught a cold, they would stick leeches all over their body to suck the cold out? When we catch a cold, we take a pill or some liquid. They were putting leeches on people. They were taking knives and cutting open people's veins. When somebody got sick, they cut open their veins and let them bleed out the sickness. That's the kind of shit they were doing in those times. They were tying their children up and sacrificing them. They were cutting open animals, goats and shit, and sacrificing them. That's what they were doing in those times. The stupidest person now is smarter than those people. But you want to take that Bronze Age horse shit they was doing and bring it forward to today's time and actually try to live your life based on people who didn't have running water or electricity. They didn't have basic knowledge of the things that we have now. These people could not even dress a wound. If someone got injured, they didn't even know how to dress a wound. If somebody had a broken leg, they just chopped it off. He said, I don't have to kill my neighbor for working on Sunday to be a believer. Well, according to the Bible, you do. Look, let's just keep it real, guys. Be thankful you're in America, for those of you who are. Because if you were in one of these Muslim countries, the religion runs the government there. Why do you think all the women are covered from head to toe? Because the religion runs the government. And in the Quran, it says that women should be covered from head to toe. They shouldn't show anything. Now, some Muslim countries are a little more progressive than others, so they'll just tell women they have to wear a headscarf. But for the most part, they have to be covered up. It's crazy. America gives us the freedom to be religious or to be irreligious. It gives us the freedom to go worship or to not worship. And I'm just a little tired of Christians telling me that I need to worship. No, I don't. I'm sick of Christians lying and saying that people don't know right and wrong unless they know God. I have the ability to know right and wrong, and I don't need to be religious to know that. And I'm not going to insult the people watching me by saying, you guys are too stupid to know right and wrong unless you're a Christian. I want you to think about how disrespectful that is. Somebody that goes to church telling you that you don't know the basic difference between right and wrong because morality comes from God. And if you don't have God, then you don't have morality. The reason that we all know the difference between right and wrong, the reason that we know basic morality is because we're all humans and we're all humanists, and it's in our DNA to look out for one another. You want to know why cavemen huddled together around a fire? It wasn't just to keep warm. It was also to protect each other. They stayed together in groups. They hunted in groups. They took care of each other's children. Cavemen did this. Because even though they didn't have the basic language skills that we have today, they had an innate DNA-based ability to understand that humans have to take care of each other. We don't need God to tell us we have to take care of each other. It's already in us to do it. And some people it has to be pushed a little bit, but we already know this. You want to know why criminal organizations like gangs and mobs and shit stick together? Yeah, they do it to make money, but it's also to look out for each other. When I was in the Crips, we were all banded together because we were a bunch of kids living on the streets, and we did it as protection. We hung out together to protect each other. We wasn't in a gang because we thought we were going to be criminal masterminds. No, it was a protection thing. You got my back, I got yours. That's a human instinct. That's not something that comes from on high. That's not something that has to be handed down to us through the clouds. No, it's just a basic human instinct to protect each other. I don't understand how Christians are allowed to get away with some of the shit that they say. They try to take credit for things. Like, they actually try to take credit for science and technology. Yes, Christians, the church, they try to take credit for those things that they don't believe in. Now that those things are successfully surpassing them, oh yeah, you know, the church was our first attempt at science. I've heard so many Christians say that on videos. The first attempt at science and literature and everything was the church. The church was trying to stop scientific advancement. The church was trying to stop people from inventing things because they knew that these things would eventually surpass them. The church was trying to get rid of people who thought outside the box. That's why they were burning people alive and calling them pagans. That's why they were killing women and calling them witches, because they didn't like people who thought outside the box, who didn't go along with their bullshit. And that's exactly what's happening today with today's Christians. They don't like the fact that people like me are going outside their bullshit. So they try to shame us and attack us. Anyways, I think I made my point. Kinda. I'm gonna chill out a little bit. I'm gonna find me some food. I'm gonna watch a little bit of TV or whatever and play my game. And then I'm gonna figure out what my next stream is gonna be. I really don't have anything on deck I have a lot of things I want to talk about, but I haven't picked one yet. So I'll figure it out, and then I'll come back on and let you guys know. But I appreciate you guys coming out. Appreciate the donation from Kill. Y'all need to start slapping them buttons, man. Help a brother out. This is where it's going to be. Okay? This is where it's at. There ain't no YouTube and all that other shit. So it won't kill y'all to throw a couple dollars up on the board every now and then. Y'all ain't got to do it every single day, but hook a brother up. Because y'all definitely been getting some real content. Y'all been getting a whole lot of it. And I'm going to continue whether y'all donate or not. I don't want y'all to think this is some kind of extortion or blackmail. No, I'm making content because I like it and I'm happy doing it. So even if y'all never give me anything, I'm still going to do what I do. I'm just saying every now and then hook a brother up. With that, I think I'm done. So I'm going to get my ass up out of here. Like I said, I'll try to jump back on later. Make sure y'all at least hit the like button. I'm trying to get my likes up because that does kind of help you get your stuff circulated a little better. So I think I got 19 likes. It's 79 people here right now. If every one of y'all hit the like button on your way out the door, it would help. So let's start with something simple like that. Anyways, let me get my ass up out of here.